All right, so welcome everyone. I am extremely glad to see each and every one of you today. And I apologize for the little delay. I'm not quite sure what was going on with Zoom, but that's okay. That's what life's about, right? Sometimes it throws us curveballs, and then we have to do whatever we need to do to try to get around that curveball. So welcome. Today is Wednesday. It is May the 4th. Believe it or not, it's exciting. The month of May is really approaching, and that means that our launch is coming up, hopefully in the next month or so. So exciting times. So I want to welcome each and every one of you to the daily discussion call. And this is the dApp overview. And I'm so glad again and so thankful that I'll be able to present to you today. This call will be interactive. So please, 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 you know how I love that. I love getting interaction from everyone, because then what it does is it actually helps me become a better speaker, and it helps me get more engaged and more excited to want to be able to share, more information with you. So the more engagement I have, the better I think I do, but you'll have to let me know that. So in this call today, you can raise your hand if you have something to say, or if you see a break somewhere in the discussion and you want to just jump in, you can do that as well. This is a very interactive call, like I said. So whether you're a veteran in this community or whether you're brand new, today I'm going to show you how to best use the most incredible resource, crypto space tool in the world, I think. And it's pretty amazing, where you can actually find your next 2x, 5x, 10x, and beyond that. So if you're brand new, please don't worry. Don't feel like you're going to be overwhelmed. You won't be. And if you are, I promise you that if you continue to get on these calls and plug into the system and get into the Telegram groups, you will truly have a really good understanding about what we're doing here. So I'm going to ask the question, as I do every time, who do we have that's brand new? I know Eric's been away for a while. So Eric, welcome. I know you're back. Exciting to have you. And who else is brand new out there? Someone who hasn't, maybe you just haven't been on this call before, or maybe you're new, but maybe you've been on the call, but you haven't really been on the dApp before. Anybody out there? Just raise your hand, or just say, hey, it's me, I'm new, because we'd love to be able to welcome you to the call. All right. Well, don't be shy. All right. Well, we're going to get this call kicked off. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some basic announcements. We have the announcement that I really want to focus in on right now is we do have a anonymous marketing update tomorrow. Okay, exciting. Okay, that means that you're going to get an update, from the marketing team on what we have planned and what's in stored and where we're going. It's going to be amazing. So you don't want to miss it. It is going to be tomorrow, the 5th of May at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that's what, 11 Pacific, and that's at 6 p.m. UTC. So please, guys, get in the Telegram group. Make sure that you're there, ready with your notepads, and get ready and get excited, because we're going to have a lot of great information. I wanted to also share with you a gorgeous picture of Croatia, because that's where Robin is right now, and this is where she'll be speaking on behalf of the VEDR platform. So pretty exciting. So she sent this picture out this morning, and I fell in love with it. So I said, you know what? I need to make sure that everybody sees how beautiful this is. So that is where she is right now. So, and I'm still going to go through again one more time the new releases that happened on the dApp in the last few days, because I want to make sure again that everyone knows how to use them. Okay, if you have questions about them, we can also get them answered. But before I start, I want to actually ask, I think it's Eric. Eric, I want you to speak on behalf of yourself, of course. And it's been a while since Eric actually plugged in to the VEDR dApp. He's been in Discord for quite some time and kind of took a little bit of a sabbatical. So welcome back. I'm glad you're here. But what I'd like to know is, what differences do you see? Because I'm sure you probably see a massive amount of differences from the time that you were basically on our dApp. And I know you had an opportunity today to look at the dApp, and I know you had the opportunity to kind of see what's up and kind of, tell me a little bit about, what was your feeling? What was your takeaway when you actually saw what transpired while you were away?
Hello, am I audible? Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was trying to check because sometimes I have some problems. So with in regards to the dApp, yes, I definitely checked back again, and I'm pretty amazed because it just has been made more and more simple to understand and more easy to use. That's really what I found. And now that I'm basically back again, I just understand what I basically missed all of this time, because one of the greatest benefits for me is, since I'm really in this crypto space full time basically, so I'm always looking like for new good projects, but often I don't really have like a kind of feedback, like having a second opinion basically, right? And basically logging in again today, just like reading the red flags, the positives, where I found all of those things, it just like made me kind of realize how valuable this information is. So I can in short say, like the first impression, it's really, it's simpler. For example, I see this calendar when I click. I have like, what is today? I can see all of those projects. And yeah, like that's all I need to know. And
Well, that's awesome. I'm so glad, Eric, because it's interesting when you step away and you come back, and I'm going to go through some of the new releases that you probably haven't even seen because you don't even know where to find them. I'm going to go through them today too. So, but welcome back. Glad you're here. And I'm glad that you see what we see, which is an incredible dApp where we can actually use some, crowdsourcing and AI intelligence and, artificial intelligence, and really make some serious inroads, into the crypto space. So welcome back. So let's go over the features, and I'm going to go over them pretty quickly. I've done them for the last 3 calls because I want to make sure that we're all on board with them, because there are some pretty significant ones that I think there's a lot we can actually get from them. So first of all, we have what's called a follow me feature, which is pretty incredible. It's for tier 4 users. You will be especially excited because you actually will be able to take advantage of it, and you'll be able to follow unlimited number of people that you like. Okay, so if you see different scouts or different bettors that you choose that you want to actually follow, you can actually do that without any limits attached. On the tier 3, you're going to be able to actually see one, okay, which is okay. It's going to give you an opportunity to see what's before you. And then you can also decide whether or not this is something that you want to actually move to the next tier. And I promise you, you will, because it is actually pretty amazing. You get alerts when anyone that you're following, okay, when they favorite or they participate in a project. Okay, think about that for a second. I love that, okay, because if I'm following somebody and I know that they're going to participate in a project and I know what their track record is, wouldn't I want to follow them, and wouldn't I want to know what they're doing, because I can actually take a look and do my own due diligence and make a decision on that. Of course, you're going to get alerts when the scouts assume a project or vet a project or otherwise engage in anything on the dApp. You will actually get notified. You're going to see updates on your notification areas. Okay, later on, you're going to be able to see notifications in your Telegram channel. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but they have made some magic over the last few months, so I'm sure they will. You can see updates, on a regular basis. You can see projects that you were alerted to in your tracker pages, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit. Functionality to watch. You can actually favorite and participate in projects, follow projects. Okay, it is absolutely unlimited what we can actually do, Neil. So there's also advanced filters. Updates include projects you follow and projects of users you follow. So it's not just helpful for you, for your own projects, but it's also for you to be able to see what other people are doing that you're following. We have a vendor swap now, which I love, because one of the questions I always get is, how much better do I need to get to this tier? Well, now it's real simple. We go to the vendor swap. You decide on what tier you want to get into. You can go ahead and you can swap your B&B for the tier that is. It figures out the tax for you and it does everything for you. The only thing left for you to do is to add the token contract, which is very simple to do. And we can teach you how to do that as well. That there's been a big tax change, okay, which is incredible. Okay, now the buy tax was dropped to just 1%. The sale tax remains at 18%, but will be lowered over time, moving towards a no tax in the near future, meaning no transfer tax, guys. Pretty exciting. The diamond tier, added into the system for the new tier page in the vendor swap. The multiplier for the new token now appears in the tracker for the connected wallet. Okay, we had vendor rewards. It's a trial system where you have an affiliate link where you're, you can actually send out your affiliate link to those who might be interested in learning about vendor. So the affiliate link, were added on the tracker and the gear menu to send to others who have never connected their wallets to the system before. So just mind you, this is not for someone that you may have shared this with 3 months ago and they already, have connected their wallet to the dApp. These are brand new users. So once they connect the wallet and they use your affiliate link, okay, they will purchase. And what's going to happen is you're going to actually receive an affiliate bonus of 10% of the purchases. The percentage and the bonus may change, and be removed at a later time. But right now, that's what it is. We have rebranding and update appearance happening. Names of the dApps included on the vendor platform .app were updated to match future branding because, we have a lot of new branding coming up with our new websites coming up. So we actually had to rebrand and update and make some changes there. Some other things that we've done to fix, we have project now, we included Discord and Telegram, okay, as far as being one of the required fields, but it's not even required anymore because you don't have to have that. But if you are doing an NFT and they're using Discord or someone doesn't have a Telegram, you can actually go ahead and put Discord or you can, I think even Twitter, you could put in now. You can move tiers and ranks from the dashboard to the tracker so you can actually see adjustments to videos and video players on the dashboard, adjustments to the gain section so you can see that, more price data fields so you can actually, if you're doing a project and you know what the launch price is going to be or the pre-sale price is going to be, you have the ability now to put that in there. And why is that important? Let's discuss that for just a second. It's important because, guys, as well as I do, that if you are, doing a trade and all you hear typically is what? Oh, that trade was up, 400%. Well, typically, if you really look at it on the minute chart, it was really actually only up 1 minute. 400%. So that pretty much tells you that maybe one person made a 400% gain. However, everybody in the crypto space spreads that word like it's real. Like, like everyone was able to, gain 400%, or do a 40X or whatever it is, on that project, when in fact, that is not true. Okay. It's not, because not everyone was able to do that. So we included the ability for auditors to add, okay, VOL, Vetter audited highest low. Why did we do that? Because it's more accurate, okay? It's more significant, okay? It actually sets us apart and we hold ourselves to a higher standard. So we're not telling people that it was a 400x when it actually was not. We added a number of new networks and launch pads as well, and that's exciting. And we also had some fixes, but you can actually just kind of buzz through them. Many new safety features, more checks around the launch dates, user profile updates. And actually I sent a few more other things to them today. And so they're just amazing. And you can also go to our help desk now, guys, help desk at Better AI, if you have to send an email or you have some kind of a problem that you need to relate, to the team. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring up the Better dApp, and I'm going to go in this way, okay? Because maybe some of you who are brand new and you haven't been on the dApp in a long time, you can actually get there through Better.ai, or you can also get there from Better.ai/dashboard. Okay, this is going to take you to this. Now remember, our website's all going to change because we're going to have all new branding. So if you're here and you're already on the dApp itself, you can click here and get access. If you need to get started because you haven't done anything yet, you can actually click and get started here. Since no one said today that they were brand new, I'm just going to go ahead and click through and bring me to the dashboard. Again, you can go to vetterplatform.app/dashboard, and you want to go ahead and connect your wallet. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in my wallet address here so that I can actually log in. Okay. And it's going to ask me for my passcode. And originally, if you're brand new, what you're going to do is you're going to have to put in a passcode, one that you've made up. Okay, just so you know, but you will always need your passcode to actually get into the dApp. All right. So what I want to do today is, yesterday we spent a good deal of time, and I'm not sure, I'm sure people really haven't had an opportunity to kind of do some of the things that I kind of recommended. We were looking through the dApp to see and discover different ways on how we can actually utilize it more effectively. Okay. And some of the things that we came up with were basically, we talked about being able to quickly look at the projects that we actually know that are ours. Okay. And you can actually do that by clicking here, and you can go down to my projects. Okay. And it's going to tell you that these are the projects that you've actually, posted, whether you were a vetter or a scout, and you can actually break it down here to do that as well. Okay. Why is this really a cool feature? It's a cool feature because me as a scout or a vetter, okay, and anyone who's a good scout or a vetter, they're going to want to continuously follow up on their projects, right? So that they know what's happening with them. So are there issues going on? I just posted this today. All right. So it's not going to be launching until the 12th, but on a daily basis, I'm going to want to take a look at their Telegram group to see what the heck's going on. Can I find out, are there any new things that they're coming up against? Are there any issues I can pick up on? So this is a way for me to be able to do that. But another great way to do that is this way. Okay. And this is another way where you can actually get information, but I'm going to share with you today as an investor. Okay. Now, over the last couple of days, I got involved in a couple of really great projects that I found here on the Vetter dApp. Okay. Now, I love this because this here is what we call filters. And we can actually filter this calendar, because somebody asked this question the other day in the dApp itself over in the Telegram group. They wanted to know, like, how do you, like, how do you get through things quickly? Because I work, and this is how you do it. You can actually go here and you can actually click on these filters, and you can actually break this calendar down to any way that you choose. So for instance, if you're someone who really likes the Binance network, maybe you don't want to have to go through all of these, but you like to go through just the Binance networks projects, okay? Maybe, you like everything that's on Pink Sale and you want to narrow that down to just Pink Sale, you can do that. Or if you have a category that you really are excited about, maybe it's gaming, okay, which you see it kind of broke it down to just a couple here. But again, I do have, I have the these on, but if you undo them, okay, you're going to be able to see, the gaming that we have here. If you want to look at an event type, okay, say you want to know, what, pre-sales or fair launches are coming up. That's a great thing. You can look things up by the rank of the veteran or scout. Purple, meaning they have a great track record. Green, meaning they have a good track record. Beige, meaning they have some good projects. They're just working on moving up to that beige and purple status. Red means that they may have had some bad, some bad picks. We all do it. We can't judge, right? But don't ignore that, because you can, some of these guys, myself included, I could pick a bad one, but doesn't necessarily mean I haven't been at purple or green. And you should not look at me. So you still need to take a look. Yellow means that you're pretty brand new and you're just getting started. So, but as you notice on the calendar itself, you can see it shares with you the ranks of those people. Pretty awesome, right? So what I did the other day, and before I go into that, let me just go into, let me just, kind of reduce this so we can see the full calendar. And then the next thing you can look at is, sometimes we may be just really, really busy, right? Maybe we don't have a whole lot of time and we want to be able to kind of jump into a trade, invest into something, quickly, okay? And we wanted to be able to have a return within a 24-hour period. Well, we can actually do that. We can look for scouts who produce those types of results. Okay, so you can actually go and look for one that resonates with you. Okay, these will give you the durations. So if you click this one, that means that these scouts pretty much have had a good track record in a 7-day window. Okay, pretty much you got that right. It's pretty self-explanatory. This became really amazing for me, especially now that we have signals that we can actually look at, okay? Because you can actually look at projects that maybe you just favored it, that you put down as a favorite of yours, because maybe today, and I'm going to actually, maybe today, this is just me. So maybe today, I want to go in and I want to look at these projects because I want to kind of do my due diligence. I want to go in and I want to take a good hard look at these projects. Well, when I do that, okay, which I did, I can make a decision. This is what this means. It means that I'm watching this. This is a telescope, right? And after actually looking at this, okay, and reading through what the scout had said, okay, he basically said it was still too early for him, okay? The launch isn't until June 6th. So I decided that, you know what, I'm going to just continue to watch this. Why? Because I know he's a very good scout. He was purple for the longest time. He's now green, so it doesn't mean that he's bad. He's great. Green is good. Okay, so I'm going to keep this as a watch for me. Now, if I like this project and I did my due diligence, I may want to also add this to my favorites. Okay, because that means that now I'm pretty dang sure that I'm going to actually probably get involved in this. Now, remember, if you're following me, you're going to see that I just did that. Now I'm going to remove it because I'm still watching this project, but these are where you would see the notifications. This notification, it tells everyone that you participated in this project. So if you're following me or LDN or someone, and they've actually clicked this and you got a trigger on that, a notification on that, then that's going to tell you that, you know what, that person who I like, who's been doing well, who has done well for me and, over the last several months, I want to take a look at that project that they're actually participating in, because I may too. Okay, so it's a great way for you to be able to figure that out. Okay, so that's what these do. Okay, if you want to look at projects that you have signals on, okay, or now these are signals. That means that these are my signals. These are notifications, are called signals. So that means that all of these basically popped up here because I'm following those people. Okay, and they're telling me that they've actually done something, on the platform. Participated signals. I'm spending more on the ones that we actually, that are new. Okay, this here was something that today I know I participated in it. Okay, I know that a lot of people participated in it. So if you got this notification, from me, I participated in this project. Okay, so where did I get the projects? I got the projects, guys, right from our great calendar. And again, if you're on a time crunch, you can narrow this down to anything. Okay, I lately have been looking at different scouts and different betters and looking at different patterns on what they do. What are they scouting? What are they liking? What type of projects are they posting? What are their success what are their success rates in those types of projects? And I have been determining who I in fact want to follow based on the criteria that I'm using, for myself. So I suggest that you take a look at the people that you like to follow and understand why you like them. Okay, because if you understand why you like them, then you'll start to understand what they're actually looking for, when they're actually scouting a project or vetting a project. It's almost like they're reverse teaching you, because you're learning from what you're seeing from them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to ask if there's any questions right now. I'd be happy to answer them. So any questions so far? I don't see any hands up. Okay, I don't think. Let me just double check. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move through a couple projects that I liked, that I looked at in the last couple of days. Okay. They were from the category, actually, they were from fair launches. And why? Because I'm noticing that there's a few scouts out there who like the fair launches. Okay. And because they like the fair launches, I was able to actually kind of capitalize on what their past performance. Okay, so one of the projects that I just spoke about, and I'm just gonna, where the heck is it? All righty. let me just type it. This happened to me yesterday too, didn't it, guys? I don't understand why. Got to take a look at that. Okay, let's go about it this way. I'm going to go back to this, okay, because I like to share with you just some of the things that you can actually be looking at, you know, and I actually really like this project a lot, okay? And so it's already been launched. So I'm going to open up the chart, okay? And this is a Dextool chart, okay? And what this is going to do is, just for those who are brand new, who basically haven't really been, you know, paying much attention, you know, to charting and so on, you know, I like this because, as you can see, and I'm going to just go back here because it was actually a couple days ago. Let's just go to the day chart. Okay. All right. So let me just get rid of this so you can see. Okay. I'm going to share with you that this here will draw a horizontal line typically, but for some reason it doesn't work for me in Dextools. I don't know why, but at any rate. So actually, you know what? Maybe it is working today, because I tried it early this morning and I couldn't get it to work. So let me just go back on that real quick and see if that was just a user error. Horizontal line. Okay. Well, I want to put that right here because that is where it actually launched, right here. Okay, it's not going to work for me. Let's do it another way. Let's go to PooCoin. That works better for me. I don't know why, but it just does. PooCoin app. Okay, and I'm just going to put in Petoverse. Okay, I know it's the right one because I'm in this trade. Typically, I wouldn't just go in here and put Petoverse here and just hope that it's the right one. I know it's the right contract because I've done this several times. So again, we're just going to go and we're going to make this into the day chart, right? So let's just take a quick look at that. Like I said to you earlier, this here is going to be able to draw you a horizontal line. And I like it because you can actually draw that. And I know it was a fair launch, right? So it was actually right about here. Let me just actually open this up a bit. This was a fair launch. So it was right about here when it actually launched, okay? Which is great. So if you were in this project and you wanted to go vote on this project on the scout, who was, I believe, Captain Kurt, or Metal Ride, who was the vetter, you will clearly know, okay, that this is the one-day chart, right? So you can clearly see that this launched on April 30th, okay, April 1st, okay, it did well, April 2nd, okay, now we're on April 3rd. So it clearly did well, for a few days so far. So you might be able to go back and just give them a thumbs up, for voting for them because they did a great job so far in a 24-hour format. Okay, so I love this project because it's actually doing exceptionally well. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the 15-minute chart. And as you can see, I actually bought again here. And let's see if it's going to reload it, if it'll bring it up for me so that you can see it. Sometimes it's quirky as heck. Sometimes you have to kind of just do something silly like that, and then bring it back with these charts. Anyway, no, it didn't do it. But anyway, when we had this, significant, you know, we had some dips here. So what I did is I went in and I bought a couple, you know, on these dips as well. So I actually sold, you know, at one of these highs. Okay. And then I think I bought again here. Okay. And it kept on going and going and going. And I almost bought again here and I didn't, but maybe I should have. And it's still doing exceptionally well. So this was actually found on our Vetter calendar. Pretty awesome. The other thing I wanted to share with you, and let me just go back, was that there was a project that launched today. Now let's look at the, let's see what that was today. And let me just get rid of this. Okay. And that was a fair launch for May. And that was, yeah, a fair launch right here. Okay. And, okay, where the heck is it? All righty, guys. All right, let me just go back out. What was the fair launch today? Anybody know? I know a lot of people got in it. Rocket Global, thank you. I was having a brain freeze and that's okay. Let me just get out of here. Maybe that's the reason why it's doing it. I don't know. Rocket Global. All right. Well, Rocket Global was a fair launch. And what a fair launch means, so everybody understands, it means that basically everybody and anybody can get in it. It was done on pink sale. Okay. And I was already watching this project because I did my due diligence on it. I already favorited that project because I liked it. Okay. And then in fact, I actually got in and participated in that project. Okay. So it looks like here, I don't know why, we need to find that out. Why this has not been launched yet, I don't know that, but let's go and let's go launch that. Okay. So how do we actually do that? I'm going to go to the Telegram group. Okay. And because this really should be launched, because they really would want to get some, you know, probably get some kudos, right? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to go find that pink sale. Actually, I was on PooCoin. I could have just did it from there, right? Let me just go to, I'll go to, oh, here it is. Let me just get it cleaner. PooCoin, right? I'm just going to go here and I'm going to grab the contract address. Okay. The contract address for this is right here. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my Rocket Global. Okay. I'm going to actually launch this and I'm going to put the pricing detail in because I know it, right? Because it was a fair launch. So, this doesn't look right though. I'll have to look on Dextool's. Well, I'm not going to go back and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and launch it. But what I would typically do is I would go find it for lack of time. You know, I'm just going to go and I'm going to launch this project, but you can go ahead and put the pricing in and we can actually go back and put the pricing in later. So I'm going to mark that as launched. Okay. And what that does is that notifies everybody that the project was launched. Okay. And this is the contract address for that particular project. Okay. So let's look at Rocket Global. Okay. And let's just take a look at, you know, what happened here today. All right. Let me just reload this. All right. Well, it started out really, really well. It went straight up, okay, and as they always do, they start to come down and they tumble and tumble and tumble, but it actually came down lower than the price that it actually launched at, because, you know, the launch price is typically right where the first candle starts. So this actually went down here. Now I got a little bit, I was actually going to take a look at it and see. Let me change the chart a little bit. Let's see where it's been in the last hour. Let me go back to 30 minutes. I was looking to think, maybe should I actually get in again? But I'm not sure because I haven't had a chance to go back and look at what the scuttle is, what's actually happening within the Telegram group, right? So one of the things that I like to do is I like to go back and I like to take a look, take a peek, what's happening in their Telegram group now. What's happening? What are some of the comments? Okay. Let's see what we can kind of come up with. Let's go to the pin and see if there's anything announced. It says here, we did promise staking at launch and we're sorry it's not live yet. Okay, we had a bit of a delay and we're fixing this. Our high yield DeFi staking should now be available within the next 12 hours. So could that be the reason why some people started to sell off? Did they overpromise and underdeliver? Are they looking at that as perhaps a negative? I don't know, but that could be one of the reasons. So I did, I didn't know this. I actually read this somewhere else because someone actually sent me an inbox message. I kind of had a feeling something went on. So I'm kind of like a little bit holding back because I really want to see what the next 12 hours brings to me. What happens with, what's going to happen within that 12-hour period. Okay, so I'm not saying that this project is going to go south. I'm not saying that it's bad, and I'm not saying that it's good. I'm just saying that, there's always indicators that can indicate for you, to actually, go back and take a look to see if you can see, what was happening. So if we were watching this morning, okay, and say I usually watch it when it launches on the minute chart. Okay, because I want to know every single minute what it's doing. Okay, so I was watching it on the minute chart. Okay, this is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Okay, let's just move that to like say 30 minutes. Okay, now if I'm looking at this and it probably launched down in here, so that's what, 15? That's 30 minutes, that's an hour. So I could have immediately, at anywhere in here, I could have rip FT'd, right? I could have recouped my investment, which I did do. I recouped my investment, which I did. And I took a 20% profit as well, okay, because I could, and that was my strategy. My strategy was I was going to take a look at this and make a decision on what my strategy was going to be. So what I'm saying to you is you always want to have some sort of a strategy when you're actually going into a trade. Okay, so my strategy was to rip FT. I knew what the selling and buying taxes were. They were 5% on the in and on the out. So I knew that I wasn't going to get stung with a high tax, so these are all things that you need to make sure you take into consideration and look at, when you're actually doing these, because then you want to make sure that, you're not getting out at a bad time, okay, and losing. So I did get out, I rip FT'd, I actually turned around and I had an opportunity to take profit, okay, and then I actually went back in a little later and took a little more profit. And then, here is where I was kind of thinking maybe I should, kind of maybe go back and maybe buy again, but I'm going to wait in the next 12 hours and see what happens. Is there anybody, and I know Brink's here, and I love that you're here, Brink, because you are an incredible vetter. So what are your thoughts? Have you looked at this? Have you had a chance to take a look at, do you think that the tumble happened today because of of their, not being able to bring forth the, what they said they were going to do on the staking? You able to talk, Brink? I know sometimes you're at work and you're just listening in. Oh, there you go.
Sorry. For some reason, my box was minimized.
No problem.
To be honest, I didn't get a chance to look at that project, so I'm not really sure.
No
Was that a fair launch?
It was a fair launch, yeah.
What I think it could be, and it launched today, right?
Yeah, it did. But one of the things I just read on their, I read on their Telegram is that they something happened with their staking and they couldn't get it to work, and they promised that staking would be out today, so they have a delay of 12 hours. So I was thinking maybe people just kind of panicked and sold off some. Maybe that could be one of the reasons.
Yeah, that could be part of it, especially since it was a fair launch.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I've noticed with fair launches that I've looked at, either they typically just dump and then people buy the dip, or they'll have a very slow, steady gut growth for the first day, since everybody that was that wanted to get in got in, so they need some time to push the marketing, because a lot of the time they won't wait 24 hours like with typical pre-sales, that they'll just launch as soon as, like within an hour or two of the fair launch being finished. So depending on how long it takes for their marketing to kick in is also a factor.
That could be a factor too. Thanks, Brink. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you. Anybody else have any ideas on this project by any chance? Anybody follow it today? Anybody get in it?
I got in it, Phyllis.
Okay, great. Gary, I'm glad to hear that. How'd you do?
Well, I watched it go up and watched it go down. How's that?
So let me ask you a quick question. I'm not putting you on the spot.
That's all right.
I'm doing this as a learning experience. What did you learn? What strategy did you have when you went in?
Well, I should have taken some profits at the top. I know as a trader that it's never wrong to take profits, but I had an idea this was going to do better than it did. So a little bit of greed set in, and then, I got to watch it. It's been very entertaining.
And it doesn't necessarily mean it won't, go back, but
Right.
That's why it's so important to have a strategy. Now, for me, I basically always, I always, no matter what I do, okay, and I never did this, I'm going to tell you, I never did this until I started really, getting, more savvy, rubbing shoulders with the people in Discord and in a Telegram group and with Tribe 100X. But, I always go in with the idea that if I could take a profit, even if it's a 1x, I don't care what it is. If I put it, I don't care if I'm taking out 0.005 or point, whatever it is, as I need to take a profit out, because it's a great strategy and it helps you. So just, strategy is so important in crypto, and also having you know, you might have a strategy, but sticking to that strategy is the hard part. So let's hope things go up. Also, Sleepy Guard, you made a good point too, is that the private sale people had their tokens delayed slightly. That's true, because they were actually supposed to have their private sale tokens. That might be a part of what happened too. That could be, but let's wait and see. I'd be interested to see what happens within the next 12 hours. What I would do if you're an investor in this project, I would kind of keep your ears into the Telegram group a little bit, read some of what's happening, pick up some things that are actually going on, because you will find a ton of great information where you'll be able to pick up some really good stuff. Because I can tell you now, you know, any Telegram group, if you're in a trade, okay, the Telegram group is your best kept. Everybody here, you know, there's no filters. So they're all saying here, let's see, what else are they saying here? They're saying, did I read something about, let's see. Yeah, they're saying there hasn't been much marketing. So I would my point is, I would tell you to kind of keep your eyes and ears to the ground here. Take a look, try to come up with some theories, even if you haven't gotten into this. Okay, remember, those of you who are paper trading, and if you don't know what that is, I know Ryan covered it last week, and I had to do this for a little while before I got involved in the crypto space. Okay, that was a recommendation that Mike gave. When he taught his class, based on, don't get involved in a pre-sale until you've actually watched 10, 12 of them. Okay. And how can you watch? Easily. You paper trade, you act like you're trading. Okay, you write down everything that you think you're going to do, what the amount is that you're actually going to invest, you know, write down your strategy, what it is that you're going to pull, and when you're going to pull it, you know, when you get to a certain level, you know, when are you going to pull it all? So you can, and then you watch it, you go to Pink Sale, you know, you go to there, you watch that happen. You act like you're going there to claim your tokens, even though you haven't really got in, but you're watching, you know, how people can claim their tokens. What happens after they claim their tokens? You know, then you go to PooCoin or you go to the Pancake Swap and you start looking at what's happening on the charts, right? So you can start to, you know, have an idea, follow, you know, what is actually happening, you know, and keep on doing that, you know, over and over again until you start to feel like, you know what, wow, if I was in that trade, I actually would have made 20% today. Not a whole lot, but I would have made 20%. You know, and when you get to that level, when you are doing paper trading and you're feeling like, you know, if I did that today, I would have done it. I would have gotten it. Well, then guess what, guys? Then you might be ready at that point. So I hope this was helpful for you today. Let me know, as always, if you found value in what I'm actually going over. It's real important for me. It's actually real important for us to be able to know where to go in the next direction. I can tell you now, I was happy to hear, Eric, that you were back on the call. I'm glad that you actually had an opportunity to see some of the great stuff that we have going on here. And so thank you for being here. And guys, thank you for being here. Thanks for being here today and taking the time out of your busy schedule to really get yourself more educated, learn how to use this amazing dApp.
Hey, Phyllis?
Yeah.
Just real quick, I got to tell you that, you know, I've been in this program for a while, and I've learned so much in the last couple of weeks on these daily calls that it's just amazing. And for the newer people coming in, you know, it's just great what you're teaching everybody, especially how to use this dApp and all the different features and the following and the signals and all that. That's the kind of information that's so valuable. And only to take it a step further, you know, what you can learn in Discord just adds way more to it. So it's like, I encourage everybody to get into the Discord. You know, it doesn't cost that much, and one trade will pay for it more than that, way more than that. And, you know, combining all this education is just awesome.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Gary. And it has been, you know, it's really a great experience, and we love doing it. So, and we love being helpful for sure. What I like though is to going forward, I would love to hear some of your not particularly, I'm not saying you, Gary, just you, I'm talking about to the group. I would love to hear some of your stories. You know, tell me, matter of fact, does someone have a story they want to tell? You know, has someone want to tell me that about you know, a good trade they found on the dApp and they did well on that? Somebody want to tell a quick story before we leave? Guys, I know there's a lot of them out there.
I wanted to yeah, I just wanted to say in general, but like I didn't have a particular one I could share right now, but in general, what I could say that like Discord, the dApp, like just good project. It's it really helps a lot. And what I also wanted to say, since I have been like away like for months, like knowing that there's like, if I understand it correctly, like a daily or regularly that there will be these meetings. It really helps a lot because, you know, we always tend to fall out of strategies, and having like a place environment where you're basically taught a certain way of doing it, like what we said today with the taking profits, right? Like having that like regularly basically communicated to you, it really just helps making a better performance, because oftentimes, like I think Gary, you said it, right? We sometimes think, oh, maybe it can go higher or maybe this, and then you forget like the basics, right? So having like, and it also happens to me as well, oftentimes that I forget to take profits, or I think, oh, maybe it goes to this and that. And having like an environment where regularly we're kind of being taught like the basics kind of, it's just really appreciated, and I'm just happy to basically be back.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And we appreciate you being here too, Eric. So guys, thank you so much for being here today. Again, we want to hear some stories. So come back next time with them. So even if they're paper traded, okay, I want to hear paper traded stories. I don't care if you didn't, you know, if you actually, you know, didn't actually do it, but if you paper trade it and you knew you would have did well, let us know that too. We love hearing about it. This dApp's amazing, guys. You're amazing. Have a great night, everyone, and a better tomorrow. And thanks for being here. And again, for everyone who is new, anyone who is watching, you know, on the recording, glad you're here and welcome to Vetter. Good night, everyone.